And welcome back to week 7 of the Duff Pick'em AllStars. I am joined by my compadres up and down from me, Grody up above with it down there, and then the houses below me there, Ice House, the Commish, and the Scriptum. We are here to provide you with fantasy football advice from all 4 of us and your host, the Orange Peanut. Some of these advices you may want to listen to. Some of them may be randomly rolled on a tabletop by several Dungeons & Dragons dice. You may want to be careful with this here. But first of all, we want to focus on all of the stuff that happened last week before the apocalypse, because this is bye-week hell for us right here. And we have the Commish to provide us with the stats that you want to know and that you love. Commish, heads up with the stats of last week.
Last week, 7-1, led the pack with 70 total points. Followed by Eric with 62, Tommy with 61, Boss with 60. Then it dropped down a bit to JV with 39, me with 38, Kevin with 35, and then Stan with 30. Stan only got one double-digit point right, and that was his 10 points on the Rams. He was the only one to get Tennessee right, albeit for 6 measly points. But he did lose 5 points on being the only one who picked New England when Dallas was the right choice. He also dragged JV down, suckering him into Washington. Those were the only 2 that got Washington wrong. Funny that you would laugh, Boss, as you and JV were the only 2 who picked the New York Giants, and they got obliterated.
Oh, they did.
I put 2 on there.
I know, but still, you 2 were the only 2 that got that one wrong. There was no unanimous. There was no everyone got one right or everyone got one wrong. It's kind of a bummer. There's usually at least 1 or 2 games where it goes one way or the other. Let's see. Anybody else get one right when everybody else got it wrong? Doesn't look like it. Looks like Stan was the only one with the wrong while everyone else was right. Kind of a mixed bag. 6 underdogs were the correct picks versus 2, 4, 6, 8 favorites. So almost a 50-50 split.
A lot of the afternoon games were the ones that were favored with it on there. And I want to point out, this week pays off again. Max points on Miles Jack pays off for the Peanut again.
Well, it's because they weren't playing in the States.
That's very true.
They're still winless in America in their last 20 games.
There we go.
Wasn't it what was the player that didn't go there because they were having a passport issue or something like that?
No idea.
No.
I didn't hear about that.
Don't know anybody on the Jags.
So somebody, it's probably someone on the Jags.
Nope.
Wasn't Miles Jack. He was there. He was making plays happen all over the place with there. That is stats brought to you by the Commish. And we are going to move on for celebrating our first place. 7-1, you're not here, so you don't count. But celebrating first place this week, Scriptum. Way to go, man. Way to go. Scriptum has... This is true. This is very true. Scriptum has decided to start off by talking about the Thursday night football game. The somewhat seemingly more hapless Browns, or at least with all much problems, against the Denver Broncos. Scriptum, hit us up with some stats.
Well, the most important stat that I can think of is that what is it? Where was it? I had it right here. Cleveland is a terrible team. That's the most important one, starting right off the bat, which is why it's always great to start talking about the Cleveland Browns. But their bleacher seats is called the Dog Pound for some reason. And they have 300,000 fans that are part of some sort of club where they're actually like, man, I really want to be part of this terrible team. So I am going against them for 1 point.
1 point against
1 point on Denver.
1 point on Denver. Interesting selection with that one there, I must say. Ice House, what's your rebuttal to that?
Yeah. Not much.
Is he going to put more than 1 point on Denver? Maybe even
it's a game,
points on
honestly.
Denver?
Like, I'm gonna put a point on Denver too, because it's like, God, Case Keenum versus Teddy Bridgewater. Who's watching this?
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, fine, I'll watch
John
it.
is-
But
I told you there are
I'm not going to
300,000
enjoy it.
sort of
Goddamn it.
fan club.
I mean,
1 point on Denver for the. Ugh.
There we
Everyone's-
go. 1 point on Denver.
everyone's going with 1 point on Denver with this on here. Now, being someone who's from Cleveland, I have watched these fans suffer. I have watched them go throughout this week, and every time I ask one of them, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry with all the crap that's been happening, they're just like, what about the last 20 years? You know, all honesty with this. Yeah, this is a battle of the ages with Bridgewater versus Case Keenum, but I can think of worse quarterbacks that I'd want to, that I'd not want to watch right there. So I think the main problem, though, is that Cleveland has very questionable options on offense. You got some room in the tight ends with it on there, but not a lot else with there. You're down your main running back squad. But you're at home with 300,000 Cleveland Browns fans who have seen a different light this year. So I am
That's
going to...
worldwide, by the way. That's worldwide.
Yeah.
Fan club.
Yeah, stadium that seats around 72,000 with it. I'm gonna put 5 on Cleveland. A little bit hopeful, a little bit more. We'll see if that pays off with it there.
John, you have the option. You can put just 1 point.
No, I have 1 point that's meant to go elsewhere, and it's not Cleveland this week. It's not Cleveland. Commish, what about you? Is this your 1 point? I'm guessing it's a little higher than that.
Yeah, it's a 10 points for me. I'm going to throw it on Denver. I think Cleveland is in a spiral downwards. Without Baker Mayfield, even though he was playing injured, I don't see Case Keenum doing much of anything for them.
Interesting. 10 points on Denver with their
To be honest, you know what? I'll go as far as to say this. If Cleveland wins this game, it'll be on a field goal at the end, thus making Denver the correct pick.
Fair, actually.
Provided it stays
Fair.
at 3.5. If it drops down to 3 tomorrow, I might take Cleveland and then pray for not a push.
Yeah, I do hate those pushes. They're very good. Very good stats with that there. Grody, what are your thoughts with that?
Simple. It's very simple. In a previous game, Denver versus Steelers, one team had a quarterback, the other team doesn't have a quarterback. Denver's got a quarterback. Cleveland does not have a quarterback. You take Denver, giving them 9 points on Denver. Trying to put this fire out around me. Last week was a fire of hell. I got to put it out. Got to put it out.
Kevin, you do have the option. You could give them just 1 point.
No.
That is not the way you do.
Where there's put this fire out, I need points, okay?
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Grody is putting that to the test with that on there, which is excellent with it. Yeah, good first game stats with it. We move on to the next. Well, we have to wait for Icehouse to come back from dropping a mega deuce or something. Oh, I'm sorry, Icehouse there. Yeah, Icehouse, you're second on this list, and you have picked a great game. You have picked Tampa Bay and their little Brady referee squad against the Bears. Hit us up with some stats.
This is the problem. It's not going to be a great game. It's going to be a disaster for the Bears. So last time, let's see, from what I saw here, last time the Bears faced Tampa Bay and they actually won, which was, it's like, wow, who saw that coming? Well, Chris Godwin and Leonard Fournette didn't play. Mike Evans was hobbled by, Leonard Fournette played 1 snap. Godwin didn't play, and Evans was hobbled. That's what, and Antonio Brown wasn't even on the team. So it's like now that you have Tom Brady with a full complement of everything, maybe minus Gronkowski. Yeah, it's not looking good. Plus, Tampa Bay has one of the best run defenses in the league this year. I'm not banking on the Bears doing much because when they have done good, they run the ball good. And if they can't run the ball good, then it's just, okay, well, all you got to do is stop Justin Fields. That shouldn't be too difficult if he's got, no run game to rely on. So I'm going to take 10 on Tampa Bay.
10 on Tampa Bay. Good stats. but I think you're forgetting two words. Darnell Mooney. 3 points on Chicago.
Very, very confident.
Yeah, very, very much there. The Commish, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I got 3 points on the Bears as well. It's a 12.5-point spread. I mean,
It's strong.
I don't see them losing by that much.
Like it. 3 points with the
I
Bears.
believe Robert Quinn is out with COVID designation, I think.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So,
That's rough.
I mean, I don't know if that moves the needle either way, but
No.
Hold on. Commish has made his pick. Who was
Mr.
next?
Smith, but yeah. Grody, you're next up.
Oh, have you heard of Tre'Vais Gibson, my friend? He's been coming in and doing great things while Khalil Mack has been gone. He will be on the other side with Robert Quinn out, my friend. Don't discount the Bears' defense from having a little bit of depth when it comes to their defensive line, my friend. They've been able to get after the quarterback. They sacked Aaron Rodgers 3 times. I'm hoping for some clean calls by the refs this game. I know no running game, but they did point out one thing last week. Bears were running a zone running scheme. Guess who also runs a zone running scheme? Philadelphia. Guess who ran the ball pretty well against the Buccaneers? Philadelphia. So I think they could potentially get this running game going, and if they do, they can win this game because the last I heard, the Buccaneers have zero cornerbacks. Richard Sherman, he's injured. Other guy, injured. Another guy, injured. Run the ball, throw the ball, and definitely 12 points is easy enough to not lose by. I don't know if they'll actually win the game. It'd be nice to see them beat them again, but they'll probably lose, but not by 12 points.
Yeah. I like how Grody is hoping for a clean game. And by clean game, he hopes that Tom Brady's team washes their yellow sheets that they so often throw on the field with that. Scriptum, your thoughts?
I'm putting a 40% chance of the Bears winning, so I am going to
Roll
go for Tampa Bay with 6 points.
6 points on Tampa Bay, so it's a little bit of a split going on with that there. All right. The good call. Good stats. Game with it there.
math add up.
That math. Yeah, sure.
We were told there was
You
no
add
math.
the two guys together. One's 10s and one's 1s.
Okay.
Yeah.
10, boss.
Makes sense. So, Bears are going to score 3d6 points. All right.
Wow, they're gonna lose.
Well, it depends if, gosh, who's that guy that's now in the NFL? Fireball, Jim Fireball. They put it on there.
Fireball Jones.
Yeah, hopefully he's like a, 5th level spell, so he's like 96 or something like that. He'll probably score a lot of points. All right, enough dirtiness there. Okay, the game that I picked is Baltimore against Joe Burrow's Bengals. All right, where is there? There it is. And they're at Baltimore. It's a 6-point favorite. Currently, 63% of people are picking Baltimore, and 37% of people are picking Joe Burrow's amazing quarterback play calling. With an average confidence of 6.6 on Baltimore, 5.3 on Cincinnati. Interesting enough, the AFC recognizes the Bengals-Ravens as a rivalry only really in the fact that the Browns and Bengals had a rivalry because of the inter-Ohio play. But in 1996, when the Browns vacated Cleveland to go to Baltimore, that supposed rivalry, it's not really a major rivalry. If you ask anyone around here, it's really Browns-Steelers or the Browns-Ravens thing. Like the Bengals-Browns thing, it's just, you're just playing in the same state. It's nothing all that much. But according to some of the stats, the rivalry gained intensity in 2003 when the Bengals hired longtime Ravens defensive coordinator Marvin Lewis as their head coach, and that was when it really happened. But honestly, I don't know, most people, it's not really that big of a rivalry. It's as much a rivalry as, say, the Vikings-Lions. Cincinnati currently is losing the series. Of 50 games, 23 of those have gone to the Bengals, 27 have gone to the Ravens, with 5 of the last games going to the Ravens. That means that Joe Burrow's streak is currently winless against Baltimore. They do play each other 2 times every single year. With the exception of, I think, 2 years, including last year, I think is one of them part of COVID that happened. They didn't play each other that particular year. Sorry, they did. They just played late. Sorry, I see the stat now. They did play 2 times last year, but both times being a loss. Joe Burrow's his offense has never beaten the Bengals with it. And in all honesty, I think Joe Burrow's football skills could really kind of do good against this. But look at what Baltimore did to the Chargers. I mean, I would never in my life have called Herbert and his offense, the entire Chargers squad, to look that bad. And the defense letting just run play after run play get in from just a squad of running backs. I mean, the Chargers look somewhat embarrassed. Granted, they're on a bye week this week, and I kind of suspect that was part of it. But I've got some hope. I've got some hope for the underdog, even though it's a 6-point going in favor of Baltimore with it on there. I'm going to put 6 points with the Joe Burrow's playbook with it on there. Let's see if that works. Kamish, your thoughts?
It's 6 points on Baltimore.
I'm going opposites with it. I like it there. Grody?
First of all, bless you. And then second of all, I have 6 points on Cincinnati.
Ooh, Burrow's favor with that there. Scriptum, what's your thought on Joe Burrow's play calling?
Well, according to my calculations, there is a 43% chance of Cincinnati winning, so I'm going to go with Baltimore for 10 points.
If you win this week because you've just been rolling dice the entire time, that's amazing, actually, what that is. Ice House?
I'm going to go with the rolling theme and go with 6 points on Baltimore.
6 points on Baltimore. So,
I like Hot Boss. He's with a theme. He put 1 point on.
Everybody else is rolling 6, so.
Well.
it's a lot of 6s that are rolling around. Very devilish game happening here. Hopefully, Joe Burrow's play calling will help out a lot with it here.
Joe Burrow just one more time. I'm going to slap you in the face.
I have been pluraling it every time. It's been possessive every time. Ask any grammar teacher. It makes sense.
All 4 of the Joe Burrows.
Yeah, right. Okay, moving onwardly. The commish. Oh, I love the game that the commish has picked here. I absolutely love it. The Rams are going to be hosting what little there is left of Detroit and a football team. Commish, tell us some stats.
Well, I was looking it up, and I found out that these two teams have played each other 86 times, with the Rams leading the series 44-41. So not surprisingly not that stellar. But then I remembered that the Rams used to live in St. Louis, and in that shithole of a town, that's to be expected that you would not perform well, and that's how Detroit obviously got 41 wins. I mean, obviously, previously they were in Los Angeles, so that, the original LA Rams were not good. And then they went to St. Louis and became worse. And then they went back to LA. They hired, a very young coach in Sean McVay, and they've turned things around for that franchise. Of course, Detroit is terrible this year. Interestingly enough, Matthew Stafford has never faced the Detroit Lions. Kind of weird. Don't know what to expect from him facing a team that he's never faced before, other than potential victory because it's his old team. Whereas Jared Goff, also having only played for the Los Angeles Rams, will be facing his old team. And with 0 tricks up their sleeve, Detroit has 0 chance in hell of winning this game. It's a 15-point spread, which I think is pretty crazy. But the Rams beat the living crap out of the New York Football Giants last week. And I think they can do it again. It's in Los Angeles too, so it's a Midwest to East or West Coast travel. So I'm gonna take my 2 points I have on this game, and I'm gonna put it on the Los Angeles Rams to beat the ever living shit out of Detroit.
Oh man, The Rams squad is on the Commish's squad with it on there. Excellent stats provided by the Commish. Hey, Grody, your rebuttal.
I as well am dropping a deuce on the Rams because they will be dropping a deuce on the Lions.
A lot of deuce dropping happening with these Rams over here, but that makes a lot of sense to it here. Oh, Scriptum?
I like that this is the game of the, hey, old team, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, guys? I remember you. That's fun. But according to my calculations, there's a 94% chance that they're going to cover this spread. So I'm going to go 4 on Los Angeles.
4 on the Rams from Scriptum with it here and his expert computer. Icehouse, your thoughts?
Math checks out, 94%. Bet 4 points. I mean, why not? I'll take the Rams for 7 because, yeah, I did the math in my head.
So what you're saying is that the Scriptum computer is currently affecting your system.
It's doing something.
Is that what's happening with it there?
Not sure what it is.
Well, I can tell you this too.
In the shape that it's in, it's as good as anything else.
Yeah. I will also say I love the stats from the commish, especially with the history of them going from all over. They really have kind of been all over the country with their starting in Cleveland. Ironically, though, they were at one point the Cleveland Rams, which is I think where some of the games were played for a few decades at least. I'll be going 7 points on the Rams. I just don't think Detroit has anything in them to prevent the Rams from just absolutely face stomping Detroit. I think is what's going to happen with that. All right. We come to Grody. Grody chose to talk about the Monday night football game, which is Nowlands going over to Gino's Eats Pizza for some deep dish. Grody, hit us up with some stats.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty close. 51-49 split as far as people picking between each team. You know, garbage or garbage. You know, neither team right now has really been that impressive. Obviously, right now with the above 500 records that New Orleans has, the spread has moved a little bit, not in the favor of Seattle. Obviously, with the late game fumble again, turnover, I should say, by Gino's East Pizza. Too much pizza, grease on the fingers. They've played each other a total of 16 times. They are 8-8 against each other. The last 2 games coming, one in 2019, one in 2016. Both losses for the Seahawks. Obviously, that's when they had the man Drew Brees. Right now, they have Jameis Winston. Got to get me some crab legs, and he likes to eat W's. And I think it'll be a lower scoring game, but I think in the end, when it comes to winning by a touchdown, essentially, whether that be in overtime or be just in regulation, I've got 7 points on New Orleans coming away with a victory because there's probably going to be another Gino's Eats greasy finger fumble somewhere.
Ooh. Didn't Seattle also recently talk about possibly playing Cam Newton? Weren't there rumors about that?
They are looking at him potentially to sign him. Even if they sign him today, he's not playing Monday. So if they sign him, it's for next week's game. But that all is probably going to be predicated on how Gino does today. Maybe he wears gloves over those greasy fingers. So we'll see. We'll see what he chooses to do.
I like it. Grody put 7 points on New Orleans there. Scriptum, do you wear gloves when you eat your deep dish pizza?
Let me run the math on that. There's a 49% chance that I wear gloves. And there's a 49% chance that New Orleans will win. That's why I'm putting 8 points on Seattle.
8 points on Seattle there. The system is at work. Icehouse, what are your thoughts?
This one. Sorry. I got distracted by something.
Porn. It's okay. Say porn.
No, I did. I'm taking New Orleans on this one. Give me 5. I just don't trust what the hell's going on in Seattle right now. There's too many injuries and too much unknowns.
I'll just go with some points on New Orleans here. I was actually curious about your stats, which excellent stats, by the way, Grody. I do like where you're going with that. I'm going to put, because Geno's East is the dollar yo, I am going to go for a dollar yo. Dollar yo on Geno's East. Right. First time I've got one. I'm going to 11 points. Dollar yo on Geno's East is what that is right there.
You should take him off to boot.
You know, I might just do that. Oh my God, I have Carson Wentz. He's pretty good.
No.
Oh my God, no. The OPN by definition never picks up dollar yo with that. That does not happen with there. But I'll tell you, somebody who may pick him up might be the commish. Might be considering Geno's East. Do you like Geno's East, commish?
No, I'm not picking up Geno's East. What the hell's the matter with you?
He's a Lou Malnati's kind of guy.
No, I'm a Giordano's guy, but I'm gonna go with New Orleans. I'm gonna go with New Orleans on this game for 8 points.
The commish. Since closet Saints fan with the commish, I think so at least. I don't know about that for sure, but I think those are all actually really wise decisions with that on there. Again, Grody, Ice House, and the commish. These are stats you may want to follow. The Orange Peanut, probably don't listen to them. And the computer, this may work. I mean, this may legitimately work for you. Make fantasy football picks. Play some dice. Roll some craps. Put it on there. Speaking of craps, at the bottom of the list is the first place person, Script, and we again raise our glasses to you for winning last week's Pro Pick'em with that on there. You have picked Washington football team who are unfortunately forced into playing the stinky Green Bay Packers. Oh, hit us up with some stats, Scriptum.
Well, the most important stats, I think, are the fact that the Packers are a bunch of cheaters, and they suck. You can go back in history to 1996 with the Smash for Cash scandal. You can talk about their illegal recruiting in the 1920s. Performance enhancers that Dimitri Godson or defensive tackle Mike Pennell are accused of using. The football inflation scandal, all those things. Even Brett Favre, becoming infatuated, maybe cheating with, what was her name? Jen something? One of those Jen Sterner, that's who it is. Which is why I am definitely putting 13 points on Green Bay, because they are going to cheat and they are going to win.
Ooh, that's getting high. 13 points. That would be a max points that he could put on Green Bay.
That's right.
Holy guacamole there. Max points on Green Bay. They are at Lambeau, and you Lambeau people, you're all a bunch of cheating bastards is what you are. Ice House, do you agree with cheating bastards at Lambeau?
I'm actually with Eric on this one, although he didn't roll a dice to see what our chances are.
Oh, wait, where's the system? Where's the system here?
Let's check the system. Their percent chance of victory, 64% chance of victory. And you know what? It's good enough for max points, because I know they're going to...
You know what? I'll take max points on anyway.
Oh! 2 max points is with it on there.
The computer is based on actual stats. It doesn't take into account the cheating.
So is that what the algorithms say with that there? Yeah. Oh, well, jeez. I am going to go 10 points on Green Bay. They are in Lambeau. Cheating punks is what they are. Commish, what are your thoughts?
You guys are all going Green Bay. I'm going to take 4 points on Washington.
Oh!
Good man. Take a moral stand. You do that so I can catch up in points, because I missed the first 3 games.
It's not even a moral stand. That's a way to catch up with you guys losing a bunch of points.
This is true. This is true.
High point values. Even if I'm wrong, I only lose on 4 points.
True. You are hedging bets the right way.
Yeah.
No, I mean, unlike Stan, who would put max points on Washington and lose all of those miserably.
Yeah.
Max points, Washington.
That is what he would do with it here. Which
every week.
Skins, we assume you're picking max points, and we salute you for all the work that you do for our country and for everything that we hold dear to us. Thank you very much for your services. We miss you here, Skins, very much. Not you, 7-1. Your Skins, you're awesome. 7-1, get out of here. You know, your team sucks.
Yeah. Get out of our country.
That's right. Brody, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm putting 4 points on Washington. I think they could keep it close.
Really?
Kevin is taking a moral stand. I know him.
This is good. I mean, this is good division with it there. You got max 10 on Green Bay versus 4-4 on the Washington football team. Excellent stats choices with this here. Let's cycle back around. Let's go back around and start doing the short pick'ems with it here. Starting over with Scriptum. You get Kansas City at Tennessee.
51% for Kansas City, 2 points.
2 points for Kansas City. Ice House, your thoughts?
I will take. I don't like this matchup. 3 on Kansas City. Gotta stick by my guys, but I don't like it.
And the calculations.
12 points on King Henry. For me, the commish.
I got 7 points on Tennessee.
Tennessee 7. Grody.
I got 8 points on Tennessee.
8 points on Tennessee. I like it there. Ice House. You get Atlanta at Miami.
Atlanta's gonna destroy them, so that's cool. 12 points on Atlanta.
I will do 9 points on Atlanta myself. Commish.
12 points on Atlanta.
Whoa, Grody.
I got 13 points on Miami.
And wow, max points. Oh my goodness gracious! Over at the Sports Center. Wow.
All right, well, this one's
That's
gonna
unfortunate,
turn back.
That is unfortunate, Kevin, because I calculate their odds of success at only 4%, which is why I'm putting 3 points on Atlanta.
Wow.
Would that be max points on Atlanta? I mean,
All right. I get New England hosting the Jets. Damn it, it's 7 points. Oh, I was hoping it would be something different than a freaking push. I don't like that. It's too close to a push with that on there. I'm gonna drop a deuce on the Jets. Commish.
I got 5 points on New England.
5 points on New England with it there. I like it. Grody.
Got 5 points on the Jets.
5 points on the Jets. Scriptum.
90% chance that New England is going to make that spread. I'm going to put 12 points on them.
Whoa, the computer in action. If you win this week, you son of Ice House.
well, Eric's math checks out. I'm taking 2 points on New England.
Wow. All right. Commish, you get Carolina against the G-Men.
Yeah, the G-men don't stand a chance. Carolina's going to win. So I got max points on Carolina.
Oh! Holy crap. Max points on Carolina with that, Grody.
I have 12 points on Carolina.
Oh, interesting there. Scriptum.
That is a 100% chance that Carolina is going to win 11 points.
Wow, holy cow. Ice House.
God, I really want to go against Eric.
He has a
take
system.
11 points in Carolina.
Wow. I'll go against Eric for this.
See his 100% chance burn, but
I will go 8 points on the G-Men. Just because everyone else is going on
All right.
Carolina. I'll fight the system here. Here we go.
Someone's putting him to shame.
Let's see here. Grody, you have Philadelphia at not John Gruden.
I got 11 points on Philly.
11 points on Philly with it there. Scriptum.
Let's see here. 78% chance. I'm going to go with Las Vegas to win 9 points.
9 points with that. Holy cow. Ice House.
I'll take 4 on Vegas.
4 on Vegas. I was going to wait, but I think not John Gruden is going to take a big lead here. Max points on not John Gruden and the Raiders. I think that's going to be a thing with that there. Commish.
Yeah, I got 11 points on Vegas.
Ooh, it's a big one with it there. Going to Ice House. You get, oh my God, look at that spread. There's Arizona, Houston. Oh God, Ice House. What are you dropping on that?
You know, I'm actually gonna. I feel like every time I've ever bet against a giant fucking spread, I've lost. And I'm taking 9 on Arizona.
Holy shit! Jeez.
I mean, it's like I forgot I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter, but yeah, last time Houston was down by like 16 points. Yeah, they didn't cover that either.
Oof.
That was against Buffalo was the game.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah.
were like 16 and a half, minus 16 and a half. So it's like, yeah, you know what? Give me Arizona.
All right.
They're as good as Buffalo. I don't see why they can't cover it too.
Yeah, right. He puts how many is that? 9 points on wow. Oh, sorry. 9 points. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll do 1 point on wow. Kamish, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I got 1 point on Arizona.
1 point on wow. Commit. Grody, what's your thoughts?
Got 1 point on Houston.
You know, 1 point on Houston. That I can't do well for that. Script.
Yeah.
So, boss, you're going to like this. The math works out in our favor. 72% chance Arizona does that. 5 points on Arizona.
Wow. Wow. There you go with it there. I get the last one with it here. San Francisco hosting Carson Wentz. Man, I'm just going to support my quarterback. I don't really know much about this game. 4 points on Indianapolis. Kamish?
I got 9 points on Indianapolis.
9 points on Indianapolis there. Grody?
I got 10 points on Indianapolis.
10 on it. Wow, there's some big numbers with it there. Scriptum, your final calculation?
A 4% chance that Indianapolis is going to win, going with San Francisco for 7.
Whoa! The computer bites against it. Ice House?
Well, I've just realized I picked all favorites outside of one. So I got to take Indianapolis.
Interesting.
What? You have
Interesting.
no underdogs.
I have Denver and Indianapolis now as my underdogs. That's it.
That's horrible.
So,
You are going to lose some points this weekend.
Yeah,
I mean-
you are losing points for sure.
Look at what the commission has gone
This is
over
not
with
gonna
every
end
single week. Every single week, there has been a very much so heavy split in the underdog areas.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking maybe, I think I'm going to hit DraftKings and just start betting a couple dollars on all the underdogs. 'Cause I think, at least that way I'll come out even in my head. It's like, well, I either made money or I cleaned up on picks. That's cool.
You're definitely not cleaning up on picks.
Yeah, probably not.
I would
That's
love to be
okay.
able I would love to be able to go back and just like see, and that'll be the great part about having these videos is like to be able to go back and just get to the point where Joe reviews the week and just mark down all the like 8-8, 6-8, like or 8-6 that was this week, 8 favorites, 6 underdogs, 1, like
Yeah.
just to compile the stats because it's like
Stoner, you're going to have to beat.
Right,
You only
for
have to
shits and
voluntarily
giggles.
watch all this, though.
I'm gonna
underdogs.
throw $1 down on all my bets, on the opposite of my bet. Since I'm, all I need is a handful of underdogs.
Don't even
to
do a
win.
dollar, boss. Don't even do a dollar. Do a parlay with it, and then that way you'll win big money if you
Oh
lose.
no,
it.
that'll never happen.
Oh my gosh!
No, I'm just gonna
I
do
actually have to go back.
Probably wrong on the majority of these. So.
How good would that be if you lost all your money but got all your picks?
Oh, that would.
No, I really would like all my money.
I
Now
know.
I'm gonna put $1 against every pick that I bet, and we'll see how it shakes out. I've tried it in the past, and I've had mixed results, but this week I feel like
you're gonna shake out better with the
Good.
money by betting on the underdogs.
True. I actually have to go back and watch the video. I forgot to
That's
hit
what I
save
feel like.
picks when I went to a new page. I have to put them all back in there again. Luckily,
I feel like I'm gonna come out ahead if I bet all the underdogs because
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna where you're gonna get in ahead is not in this pro pick'em. You're gonna get more money because more of your underdogs are actually gonna cash in versus you're picking heavily favorites.
We will see how this goes. I will
I
come
think
back.
that sounds like a way to develop a gambling problem, really.
Plus, you got 11 favorites out of 13 games. No, like if you said you had 7 and then it was 7 favorites, 6 underdogs, like all right, it's a perfect split. Like that's a good split.
I know that's why I'm like, oh my god, I got to bet against myself because this is ridiculous. I'm sure to win money now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm actually going back and trying to make my picks again from the notes that I've been taking this entire time. I went to another page. I didn't hit save picks, so I actually got to watch the video and put in all of my notes in here again for all the things that were here. I am such an idiot when it comes to that sort of thing there, but that's just
I
me.
can tell you what picks you have. I have it right here, John. I've been keeping track.
Have you really?
Yeah. So you put 1 point on Denver, 13 points on Green Bay.
No, you get out of here. So just about put that in there too. I almost just about put that in there. No, I have some of my picks written down. I do.
Reading back your
His own pick. The exact same picks as me. Yeah. How about that?
Little did you know.
Oh my gosh. You frickin' jamoke. But let's raise our glasses to 2 things. For one, a healthy recovery and best wishes to Mrs. Mears and to another week of good fantasy football. Cheers. We'll see you next week, folks.
Woo.
And